Hi there, I'm Kath.
I'm Nigel, and we're the founders of Virtual Landscape Design Australia.
The reason we created this business is to make landscape design affordable and accessible for Australia-wide.
We've been doing this for 30 years in the Hunter Valley, and now we're bringing it to the whole nation.
I think the idea came from us when we were travelling and showing people our work. I think we were in Central Australia and we were showing this couple our work and they said, oh, I wish you guys were in our area. And I remember on that holiday that we actually said, well, wouldn't it be great to offer our service to Australia-wide? As we do in our designs, say dream big. So we just started listing all the ways that we could possibly help the Australian people achieve beautiful landscape design. Now I really do think that we can deliver beautiful landscape design literally from anywhere in Australia to anywhere in Australia.
The majority of our clients have a puzzle in their head, but they don't know how to put that puzzle together. So they've got all the ideas, you know, the mood board, whatever it might be, but they don't know how to put that puzzle together. They want a professional company to do that for them, professional designers to do that for them, and that's what we specialise in. The second part of the puzzle is they can't visualise what it's going to look like when it's finished, but before it begins. And this is a really important part of it because it comes in 3D rendering. Now our 3D rendering is very high quality. We have two kinds of renders. We have still images, which some of our packages include, which are basically just photorealistic images of what your property is going to look like when it's finished. And the second one that's very, very popular is a fly-through render as well, which is great if you're doing a backyard or a whole yard. It's like we sit you on a drone and basically fly you around your whole backyard or your front yard or your whole yard. You know, you're looking at your yard completely finished. A lot of the information that we use for our online design is quite technical. We have access to satellite companies. We can get up-to-date digital data, including accurate boundaries, not just Google Earth, but it's satellite imagery with the information that we need. So we can put a toggle over it and we can get contours to give us an indication of what your land looks like in real life. So it means that we don't have to come to site to get that information. We also have a markup drawing. It's a full construction markup drawing. We take a black and white version of your 2D plan and we mark that up and we give you a list of jobs. We break it down into, say, the pool paving is one job, the brick walls are another job, the gardens are another job, etc. The pool fencing is another job. And then we have an area. We'd say there's 26.4 lineal metres of brick edging, or there's 64 square metres of paving around the pool, and then your coping tiles, etc. You can go to the contractors and you can ask them to quote the job based on that markup drawing. It's going to make the construction part of it easier for the contractor to look at, to understand, and we've already given them the ideas. What you'll find difficult is finding a contractor who will give you the ideas, as they're often not really qualified designers. We, on the other hand, are qualified designers with a very big construction background. We're designing to make the construction easier for the contractor everywhere they look.
A lot of research into where the garden is, whether it's on the coast or they have frosts, whether it's an alpine region, what temperature they get to. So we look a lot into that. Also their time that they have in the garden. So I always ask, are you a gardener and how much time do you have? And if they say, no, I'm not a gardener and I don't have any time to be in the garden, or yes, I am a gardener, but I am time poor. So that will also come into it. Or I'm a gardener and I spend every weekend in the garden. So I make sure that I ask those questions. We can create a beautiful garden, but if you don't have time to maintain it, then it's not worth it.
It's also the positioning aspect. So taking into account the north facing and what's going to grow there, or the west facing and what's going to grow there. So often in our own hometown here in the Hunter Valley, we get asked to do a tropical landscape. Well, we're not a tropical area. However, there are plants that suit this area that mimic the tropical look. You really need to plan out your garden so that each of the things will survive and thrive where they're placed.
Once they sign up to a package, we have an online portal.
We get you to fill out a criteria checklist and we give you some prompts. We'll put down pool, pergola, arbour, veggie garden.
You'll have a cottage garden or a modern garden, an architectural garden, a Japanese garden, and the client gets to choose what ones that they like. And then in that portal, they'll also write their address and the location.
What we require then are some pictures of that inspiration. So if you've got a pergola, for example, we want to know what kind of pergola you like. That can be provided through Google Images, Pinterest, etc. There's quite a number of ways that you can get that. We also get you to create some videos. So we actually get you to walk through your own yard and show us what's in there and tell us what you like about it, what you don't like about it, what you think you want to remove and what you think you want to leave. You can tell us where you think some of the ideas, some of that puzzle that you have in your head, where the pool might be going or the gazebo or whatever it might be.
You cannot give us too much information. The more information that we have, we can get into your brain, get into your style and draw that out to create a design that matches your needs, your wants and your family lifestyle perfectly.
The other part of it is the online meetings. We do that via Zoom. The beauty of that is that we can have the same conversations that we were having on site years ago at your leisure, in your lounge room. You can be sitting at your dining room table. And that's allowed us to go from the Hunter Valley to designing all over Australia quite successfully.
The design package includes a 2D plan, 3D plan, plant schedule, furniture schedule, material schedule, plus plans that identify all the plants throughout the design. Every plant is labelled and the quantity is listed, plus there's a photo representative of each of those plants. So we will have nursery contacts and make sure that whatever plant is listed there can be sourced from your area. So basically you have everything you need to complete that design. You can either hand it to your local contractor or you can start work on it yourself.
A good design should allow you to build an asset. At the very least, you should get your money back in equity for the actual contracted job that you get done after the design process, and plus you get to enjoy it at the same time. We've proven that over the last 30 years, time and time again. If you class yourself as a kind of a detailed person, we allow you revisions. You have to look at the packages and see whether you've got revisions. You can buy extra revisions if you want to. It's a really good way to make you perfectly happy if you're more on the detailed side than some of our other clients.
Our job is to draw out the things that you want included into your backyard, including your style, what you want to do in that yard. And we put it all together with our 30 years of expertise to make the perfect design for you.
If you're wondering what to do next, call us, email us, go to the website, buy a package, but by all means call us if you want to. That's a great way to start, so we can help you out and steer you in the right direction in terms of which package would best suit you. Because as you'll notice on the website, we do have a lot of options, and we do this because we really want to get the best result for each of our clients.